Welcome to the world of Mime Over Matter. When Four Horsemen Studios puts out a Mythic Legions blind box, of course we're going to be interested, and that's what we have right here. And this particular box is the Armory Knight experience, so this will contain 3 carded Armory Knight figures. Here's our Black Knight for comparison, so we can do some side by side of what a normal classic Knight figure looks like versus the metallic, colored, new designs of the Armory Knights. And I'd say let's slice it open and see what we got. There should be 3 carded figures as well as barbarian body parts that we can swap out and just have a good time. And I do have a few Mythic Legions Knights figures, but they are silver, metal, and black. And these are going to be some nice colorful additions. So I do really like the Armory experience just because now you get a little bit of color splash into your Knight collection. First one that I got, this is a nice dark red, very metallic, shiny looking figure. So yeah, this one is amazing. So I as soon as they announce these ones, you've got like the silvers, you've got the greens, you've got the purples, you've got the reds, pretty much anyone you would be happy with. So having a blind box of 3 of them, I'd be happy if I get 3 different colors, hopefully 3 different designs. I imagine they're going to put 3 different designs in there, just taking a quick spin on the box. It's very basic, not a lot of character information because they're anonymous knights, but this is a fantastic looking figure, and just comparing him to one of the standard knight figures, he's got a completely different design, so I'm very happy about that. And number 2 out of the blind box, we've got a green shiny metallic variant, also with a completely different design than the red figure we got. So we've got his loincloth area looks like it's a slightly similar design, but by comparison, it's a different one. So Four Horsemen Studios with their Mythic Legions, they go all out on the design. Sometimes they do use similar parts in fun and creative ways, or a piece of something here or there, but yeah, these guys are awesome. Oh, we can even look at looks like the accessories that they come with are also different. So this guy has a sword and a shield. It looks like maybe on the side of his helmet, he's got a spot for horns to go on, but that head sculpt is pretty amazing. It's a very intimidating looking knight. And number 3, we have a nice purple variant. I think this is the same head sculpt as the red guy, but everything else looks different. Oh, he's got like some spikes on his armor. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. Yeah, all 3 of these guys, I'd say the red, the green, and the purple, very, very happy with that selection there. Also, as a fun add-on, they come with barbarian parts in this blind box, and this looks shocking. So if you want to have maybe his unarmed suit of arms and just have a free arm, or perhaps wearing a bare chest, you can do that. You just pop off the arms, pop on the chest, and it looks like it comes with two different chests in there, and then a pair of legs and a pair of arms. So we're going to play around with those a little bit, just take a closer look. But it almost looks like we have enough to create an entirely new character, maybe with some of the other Mythic Legions parts that we have. So let's take those out. So there we have them. They're the barbarian parts. If we wanted to, we could actually have our knight go without his pants with these open legs and recreate that famous knight that everyone knows. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Ruthless knight, but something we could probably do. Something we're almost absolutely going to do. So, and then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to open one of these guys and I'm going to pick my favorite one. And I think of the 3, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go purple. So let's open up our purple knight. I think the metallic gleam on him and just the design in general, he's got some spikes on him. I'm very curious, and I don't know. I'm very happy with this one. I'd say the green one is probably my second favorite, and then red coming in the third. But honestly, they're all pretty awesome. For Mythic Legions, if you do plan on taking them out of their box or putting them back into their box, you could just open the bottom. You just pull the flaps, and you can slide the backing out, so you can actually put it back together when you are done, if you are an inbox collector, but also want to play with them, pose them, or it's just good for storage. So all sorts of fun stuff. Looking at him out of the box, or just not out of the box, but in the box, but still open. That shine is pretty amazing. And he comes with so many accessories. I was actually not expecting. This is like the full suite of a Mythic Legions figure where you just get multiple weapons. So I'm actually very happy with that. Ah, nice little mace smashy ball thing right there. And it comes with the handle of it. So let's put that on. That'll be a fine weapon for him to hold and be displayed with. And then we've got a nice little shield. All of these have the purple gleam to them. And we've got a belt to keep his pants up. And then a sword for doing his stabbying, which nice little stabby stab here and there. Here are nice spiked shoulder pads. Those were big in the 80s. And then there's an alternate mace that we can pop off the top or put that one on. I think I like the ball one better, so we're going to keep those on. These are pretty awesome shoulder pads. And it also looks like in this bag he comes with yet another weapon, a second sword. This one he can take out. It looks like he could wear it on his belt. So, it's actually a completely different sword design. So this is one meant for wearing, more of a formal sword. And there's a little hook for it that he could put on his belt. So if he's riding a horse or just going to a party, he doesn't have to have the open blade, which is good because sometimes you can get in trouble for that. And he's already in trouble for the whole pants thing, so you don't want to get 2 strikes in your record just by showing up. So let's free him from his chains and untie those ties. He's got 2 of them on there. I don't do a lot of unboxing on camera anymore just because I like to do the stop motion unboxing. So you get to see a little bit behind the scenes of me untying ties. I know it's fascinating, it's riveting, but it had to be done. And there he is. All right, that is a pretty awesome, pretty detailed helmet sculpt on there, and I am very glad we opened this guy to take a closer look at. And let's get those shoulder pads on him in all their glory. So there's a little peg on the back, and we plug it into the very shocked look on his back, and there he goes. Now he is ready to protect those shoulders from any oncoming attacks and or seagulls who are looking for his sandwich. And that is an intimidating looking knight. And from articulation standpoint, the shoulder pads don't impact his arms too much. And then for his legs, he's got pretty nice articulation. These spikes on his feet and knees don't seem to get in the way of his movement, which is amazing. And those are just intimidating. Imagine being a watermelon and getting kicked by one of those. It would not be good times for you. So a warning to all those seedy watermelons out there. Be on the lookout. Purple Knights in town. All right, let's put his weapon in hand. So I do like the ball mace type smashy weapon. So we're going to display him with that. And that is one intimidating looking purple knight. So don't mock him for his fashion color. He just likes purple. So, if you see him coming, just be wary. And that is just a ton of goods that he comes with. I'm very happy with Four Horsemen Studios for putting this out. It's a very good deal, and 3 amazing Armory Knight figures, and I just love the metallic sheen to them, and you really can't go wrong with Knight figures. So I think I'll do a stop motion. Thanks.
Hey, Gary, where are your pants?
Weird night.